Am I live now? Because I just hit a button that says I wasn't live. Oh man, so now I fucked this up again. Alright, let's check it out. And broadcast. Come on. Where are you at, guys? Alright, looks like we're on. Looks like we're live now. I might have missed the first minute. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why does it do this to me? How are we doing, everyone? Music. Not too bad. That's interesting. I'll probably bring this up on a future episode. Hold on, before I do that. That's interesting. There's a GoFundMe that might deserve some attention. Alright, still a little bit loud. I just moved it. I just moved it. I just moved it. I just moved it. Alright. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with that there. Alright. Alright. I'm okay with the 5-second delay. I am. Like, can you imagine me doing this on a 20-second? Good lord. What's interesting is when the show actually starts. Was this the first time I've done Mind Pockets on the OBS? So no, last Monday we did it. And we did a different show on Saturday. Yeah, we're gonna need to figure that out. So I have to play with the volume here, so I gotta figure out what the volume is for the Mind Pockets. Anyway. I don't know. Anyway. How are we all doing? Let's see. A lot of chit-chatting going on right now. Whimsy with the Z. 6 episodes came out last month. New episodes coming out this Friday. We should have Pinky and Mark. Already recorded Mark, recording no Pinky. Good lord. Should be recording Alice. Already recorded Mark. Those should be out this week. And Tuesday. Don't let me forget Tuesday when we start the show. See, now I can't hear my own music. Yes, I can. I think I need headphones. I don't really want headphones. But, you know, we might. We will see. Feel free to hit the chats. Hello. I like the chat box up on the screen. Hey, Patreon. 2 tiers. 4 and a $10 tier. $10 tier gets you some gifts. I'll be ordering those here in a couple of weeks. I'll just send out for the end of September. Ooh, we got 10 people here. How you guys doing? Big show. Mind Pockets on a Monday. Always exciting to switch it up every once in a while. Make sure you say hi in the chats. Let me know who's here, hanging out. Let's see. Hey! Joyce Peterson. Joyce Ann. Who else is hanging out? Let's see. No, listen, I lost all my... All right, getting ready, hanging out. New show came out today, Monday. In theory, I already got some feedback, says it's one of the better episodes. Probably one of the best of year 2. It was the CarCast series. It was good times. All right, we got 1 minute. We'll see you guys in a second. Get ready for the show. Who else is in the chat? Where did everybody go? We're down to 3 now. It's all right. Hello. Welcome to Mind Pockets. I'm curious now how this is working because hello. Anyway, for this, we're gonna just keep going like we do. Let me fix my chair. Where's my hand? Where's my hands? Here's it go. Here's my hands. I gotta fix my. Hold on. Ah, there we go. How we all doing? Good mornings. Hi, Grandma. See, before we start Mind Pockets, thanks for everybody who hung out on Saturday for the 2.5 hour escape room extravaganza. Huge thanks to Nikki, Edwin, JJ, for being the guinea pigs, I guess. Uh, Sandy, everybody else who jumped in the chats for a little bit. Thank yous. Um, it was a lot of fun. It was different. It was a lot. Uh, I know some people were like, 2.5 hours? What? It could not have been a good rewatch experience. Um, Hello, Esther's here. Um, yeah, it could not have been a good re-listen experience because it was fun. I had fun with it. Very few hiccups, but the story was really good. So, um, trying to think if there's an easy way for you guys to get all of this story or not. Probably not. But we should probably do something very close to that again, uh, semi soonish. Um, New episode just dropped today, this morning at like 1, and make sure you go in and listen to it. There's a new, we're gonna call it a series. School started up again. Uh, Liam's gonna be back. Like we might see a little bit less of him, but when we do, we might hear more car recordings. So there's a car cast series that we just started, in which we will be podcasting from the car as I drive him home every week. So Mom enjoyed it. Mom loved it. So let's have to get a little bit more feedback to encourage Liam because he really stepped up last night for that episode. So now we just have to get him like we got to boost his confidence a little bit more so that way he keeps bringing it instead of starts trying to phone it in. But we'll see. Um, all right, so here we go. Um, Thanks to Grandma, awesome 2 episodes last week for the podcast, Chasing the Whimsy. Awesome episodes. We will get her back on to do the next 20 years. This week, tomorrow, Tuesday, should be the first Up One's Family Tree with Jelaine. And then in 2 weeks from tomorrow will be Megan. I don't know what the consistency of those will be because I haven't recorded or met with anybody yet to start recording new episodes. But there's 2 episodes that you'll get this month. And then worst case, I'm going to try and get 1 or 2 more every month. But we'll see. So those you can expect to see tomorrow, 2 weeks from tomorrow. What was that, 6 and 14? So the 6th and the 20th for the Up One's Family Tree. And then Friday, we will also have Whimsy with the Z. We got Mark and Alice. I already recorded Mark. I got to edit it down. And then we have Alice that I'm recording today. So we'll get those both edited down and we'll get those out ready for Friday. So everything's going pretty good for the most part. I think we're good. Those are most of the big updates that you guys need before we start the show. And then we're going to see what my life looks like this week because it's been, I don't know, man. It was wild. But we'll figure it out. So here we go. Went to Nikki's for a power meeting with the cool, and he looked at I think the book too. Dude, this sister of mine fucking called me out on my commitment issues. The laptop, I double double sticky taped them onto the computer versus like hard sticking them. Man, she called me out. It was funny, but kind of sad. But yeah, it was funny. So on my old computer, and I gotta figure out the volume on this thing because I think it's just loud enough for you guys, like almost too loud. But me, we'll see. But remember, like I had the stickers here. She tried to like psychoanalyze me because they were like they were only like double sided taped on. Like I wasn't ready to peel and push on there. But when I went over there, she was like, "Why are they so like flimsy?" And she's like, "Oh, because they're not stickered on." And we just had a really fun laugh because she was like, "Some commitment issues, Ben?" I said, "No." I said, "I just want to know what it looks like before I actually stuck them." I don't know. It was just funny. Uh, yeah, there's probably more there than I than I'm willing to admit to. But oh man, it was just a funny moment with her. I enjoyed it. Nikki, you're so funny. So I was playing with the OBS and totally think I should be like an online like music DJ. Yeah, I might try that. Be a weird idea, but I don't know enough about music. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know enough about music. But hold on, we'll figure. So I don't sleep much anymore. So last week, well, ironically, like last week, I was playing on the OBS, setting up for Saturday's Rusty Lake game. And then while I was setting up and playing with it, at like 2 o'clock, I had this idea because I was able to play. Remember how I used to share screens on the other system? And I would be able to play you guys the screen that was the internet behind me. So I was able to play that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I could be a DJ for a radio station and have like my own like whimsy radio. A couple of problems with all of that is I can't play any real like I can't play like a lot of music because it's all copyrighted. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, it was a great idea. At 2:30, I realized that it may or may not have been a great idea, but I did, but I did jump out and I did log in again. It's Monday late night, and I recorded. I don't remember what the name of it was. Um, Whimsy's late night radio or something like really lame because it was 2:30. I couldn't come up with a better name. Um, but before I go any further, I think I have one more. Holy shit. Do I used to have a pinky ring,
Oh shoot.
and now I do not have a pinky ring. And there's no uh like mark like when you wear a ring, when you take it off, you have like a mark like that shows that was there. I don't have one on there, which means I have no idea when the hell I lost this ring. Did I lose it or did I take it off consciously? But it has to be weeks, months, if not like I have no idea when I lost this ring.
So I have rings.
So I decided to.
I like a pinky ring, and so you when you take off your ring, you have the phantom ring mark, right? Or the ring. Like I don't know what it's called, but whatever. You know what I mean. My left hand pinky does not have that like any evidence that there was ever a ring on it, which means that that ring hasn't been on there for a while.
it's kind of concerning because depending on when I took it off, why did I take it off? And then if I didn't mean to take it off and I just lost it, why, like, how do I lose track of a ring? Because I like to do, I do the tap on the table with it. I don't know what happened to this ring. So I saw Sophie yesterday because when she holds my hand, she'll slowly slip off my rings. And she thinks it's funny. And like she likes to try them on and then she gives them back. So I asked her yesterday, I said, hey, I asked a 4-year-old a couple of months ago, did you take off my rings and forget to give one back? And she's like, no, Dad, I give them back. And I'm like, are you sure? She's like, I did, Dad. And I was like, but I'm like, I'm missing it. She's like, you probably lost it, Dad. I probably did, but it freaks me out that it took me like how long to figure out that I was missing a ring. I don't know. That kind of sucks. So they're not wildly expensive. I think the one on my pinky size 8 is like $15 if that. Um, I'm gonna go check my jewelry boxes. They're not real jewelry boxes. They're man boxes, like man jewelry boxes. So they're like, uh, I don't have the ballerina and there's no music playing. Um, so it's a man jewelry box. But I think I might have put it in there because it was falling off a lot. I know that in the winter because my hands shrink in the winter. So I'm gonna go back and look and see if I have it. But yeah, for a moment I like realized I didn't have it. Play DJ. I don't know. I think it was Sunday night, last Sunday, and because I mentioned it before, sent J Sarge a text. It says, "Hey man, if you feel bad, having a bad day, listen to this podcast because I commented on some of your music." He replies back, "Thanks, man. Felt good. How come you can't hear it? Must be a YouTube thing." No, no, it was not. I 100% as a radio DJ for 30 minutes. I played some music, commented, danced around a little bit, and forgot to turn the sound on so that you guys could hear it on the recording. Amazing, epic fail. So I was gonna use. So I did the DJ thing. I put up the YouTube channel and everything. I hit play on the music, and it's me sitting here in the corner. I close some of it sometimes, but like I'm commenting on them. Some during the song, but for you, the viewer, there are just chunks of silence. Like I'm like, hey guys, here's a new song. This was a variation of the Tell 'em Steve Dave song, and I played it for 2 minutes. And for 2 minutes, you guys heard nothing. I don't understand it. And I did that for 35 minutes. Uh Jay Sarge said thank you. He was he's like you like the idea of me talking about his stuff. But then there's an extra layer, hidden layer that nobody knew. And that it's just a huge example of a huge 35-minute fail. Uh it's still up right now. I'll probably take it down eventually. But yeah, 2:30, 3 o'clock random live streams are amazing. I don't know what happens in those things, and sometimes nothing. But I'm sitting here like I'm like I'm having a blast. Oh, that was so fun. Oh, I can't believe it. Let's see.
Go check out Whimsy with a Z, the podcast from Chasing the Whimsy. Whimsy with a Z is a brand new podcast where they meet and hang out with 6 teenagers each month to get to know what it's like to be a Generation Z in today's day and age. They'll discuss summer, first days of school, and maybe dive into the struggles that most teens face, but maybe not talk about. Join along as they break down the generation gap and better understand what it's like to be Generation Z. That's Whimsy with a Z. Chasing Whimsy, talking to Generation Z. A few new episodes up for you to listen to already, and make sure you subscribe to be notified of future releases. Whimsy with a Z is a podcast for teens, by teens, but parents are welcome and encouraged to also listen. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and at the website chasingthewhimsy.com. That's Whimsy with a Z, the podcast. Go stream, download, and subscribe today. You can also connect and follow on Twitter, Chase the Whimsy, and on Instagram and YouTube at Chasing the Whimsy.
New episodes coming out this week, I said. So with Mark, I think we hit a turning point, and we'll find out today when I talk to Alice. Way more candid. It might have just been Mark. I don't know. I got him late night. We had some food. We were hanging out. Um, I don't know. Definitely a little bit more like free for all. I had a semi structure of where I wanted to go, but it was interesting. So um, he opened up a little bit more. Uh, so it's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of the kids um, describe their first weeks of school. So I'm trying to get some gauntlet questions together, and I think depending on like when and where and how we played the gauntlet, what if we also threw in some like trivia questions to be like, what was the first live stream, or like just come up with some like easier and then like some harder level questions just to be like, let's test out like the mega fans. Um, I don't remember what question I was thinking of, but like, what was the first um, what was the first like video that I took down? Or we can go like deep cuts and be like, how many things did Ben edit out of podcast episodes year one? And there's only like 3 or 4. Like maybe I don't know. It's an idea, but maybe a couple different like different types of categories for the gauntlet would be interesting. Because I'm gonna start writing them down, putting them on cards, and then I want to get to a point where we can shuffle them, and then like you're like how like Liam and I did it with Ming. We'll do like 1 through 4 will be in this stack of cards, and then 3 up or 5, 6, and 7 will be in this stack over here. But depending on like who we get, like if someone was like, "Oh, I'm a super fan. I'm the best person in the world. I know everything about Whimsy." Like maybe we'd be like, "All right, you do the gauntlet, but you also get to pick, 1 or 2 uh, like Whimsy trivia questions, and um, let's see how much you guys all remember." Because like if you come across and you come at me like I'm a super fan, I can handle it, right? Getting all like crazy. There's some weird obscure stuff out here. What was the first sleep stream? Um, some of the stuff that I had to cut. Um, like there was an early one that I had to cut something out. I don't even think I talked about it, but I did mention around episode 10 or 11 that I had to cut something out. So it was like, who was that guest that I had to cut and edit something out? Um, and then similar to what we did for year one with Liam when we did all the quizzing, take a couple of those questions and then put them in the gauntlet to see if you can make it through. But yeah, just an idea. Uh, Grandma commented that the kids are maybe more comfortable with me. Um, Definitely, I think they're going to be a little bit more comfortable with me since they got it out of their way. That first one out, they kind of see how the thing works, and then listening to the other five, right? So maybe they're like, okay, and then it's good. I think the more open that they get, and the others start hearing about it, I think they'll start opening up more. Um, Marks, I got to play with just a little bit. He was throwing out names of like everybody, and I was like, what? So I got to edit some of those things down. But he, it was interesting. It was fun. He's working through some stuff, and had a really good first week of school. Uh, so we'll figure it out. We'll go with it. I'm excited to see the rest of them. How gross. Oh, so I'm watching some YouTube and watching Fox News clips, and then I go watch CNN clips. It is fucking gross right now. Like I don't know how to like it's there's so much shit being said about everybody. Like Fox News is horrible. Like this it is gross. And the only thing I can think of is how much or how easy it is for us to judge like younger people and kids about the stupid stuff that they do. Like, oh, none of the social media makes sense or technology is rotten their minds. It is embarrassing to see like the adults and like the news. Like, how dare we? Like, it is disgusting. I absolutely hate everything that I'm seeing on the news right now about this election. It is absolutely nowhere I don't like there's no way this could be what like it's supposed to be. Washington, Jefferson, like they no way that this is what they had in mind. It is absolutely disgusting and I hate all of this. I flat out refuse to watch anything else about this election right now. I need a break. Yeah, I had a kind of a garbage week. Um, Nothing crazy, just flowing through some emotions. My work schedule was all jacked up, but I ended up finding like CSNBC, CNN, like the big news like uh, channels, and this election is absolutely a joke at this point. Like it is no longer about politics in any way. It is just this person is horrible, like they're just a disgusting person, or this person says that they were black and now they're Indian, and it's like they're it's like I'm used to seeing like when I was at mom's today for breakfast, I'm used to seeing like the random commercials where they're like the sponsored commercials, right, where they're like this person wants to like take people like whatever it is, and it's like sponsored by, like I'm used to seeing that. But in a 24-hour news cycle, like I'm not ever going to get into like the politics of like I don't even know what party I would affiliate with, but like I don't remember what day it was. It had to have been like Wednesday. Trump had that interview where he just stuck his foot in his mouth and he sounded like an idiot. But then you get like the news people who try to defend his answers, and then like it is disgusting. It is the worst thing. And what I hate about all of it is like, why do we think this is okay for us to act this way? Like that's all of our kids are going to see. like it's weird. Ask a teenager about anything about the political race and see what they like, because they're not going to have a good answer, like at all. Like if I ask Liam, he's going to be like, "Oh, well, Trump's going to do this, and or like this is going to happen, and like it's a dictatorship, or they're going to take all of our jobs," and it's like none of that makes any sense. Like he's just repeating just trash that these news people are talking about. Like it is absolutely the worst thing. Like it's embarrassing. Like the U.S. used to be like the epitome of like democracy and like a leader, like a world leader, like on top of the world. Like there's nothing about this election that says that we have any idea what the hell we're doing. Like it is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I hate all of it. It is no longer about politics. It's just like who can talk the most crap. It's I don't even want to talk about it anymore. That's so dumb. But yeah, a bunch of adults just it's so childish. Like kids don't even talk like this anymore. Ugh, they're a bunch of bullies, like on both sides. Like there's no right or wrong. Like there's no one side that's better than the other at this point, because they're all just doing the same thing. It's absolutely gross. It's disgusting. I don't even like any of this stuff anymore. But ugh. Anyway, moving on.
I think I don't know what happened. Like we've been following me for weeks now. We know that I don't sleep. Uh, I don't know, something like I got really irritable this week. I'm only halfway through the week. I am like really irritable. Just people are just. I think everybody's gaslighting me. I don't know. Like it's only because of the lack of sleep. Like that's the only thing I can come up with. Um, a small meeting. I could mess up my sleep schedule a little bit, but I just need a little bit of sleep that I normally get. I need. You mess with that, and people will just irritate me. I don't know. We'll see. Like it should get better. But man, yeah, I was definitely like cranky this evening.
I was very happy for the most, like for the week. It would have been like on the top of like bed mental health, and then there's just like little moments where you could tell that I've been awake a little too long. I think, um, and just everything people said just rubbed me wrong. Normally, I can like just roll with it, but I had a meeting on Thursday that ran late and kind of like normally I get the few hours of sleeps in two chunks on every day. Like in the AM and the PM, I get like a couple of hours on each side. But because of this meeting, it dipped into my morning, my AM nap, and when that happened, it like messed with my head to the point where I just was irritable. Uh, and someone told me, be like, go take a nap. Uh, I was just like weirdly grumpy. Uh, Anything bad, just like for whatever reason, just slightly irritable, a little bit more than normal. And then I think the problem was is I reacted to him a little bit. Oops.
So I'm dealing pretty good with this lonely thing and this being alone and like I'm doing pretty good with it for the most part. I'm smiling as much as I can. I'm pretty like sane, but like I don't know, man. Like I needed a little bit of advice. I needed like talk through something, and the hell with it, man. Like man, I can't get anybody to like texting is the worst. You can't. I don't know. You can't convey tone in a text. But yeah, I just bailed on the whole thing. I just said, I asked like one or two people.
a couple of questions and just build on the whole thing. It's not even worth it. Um, so I'll figure something else out. But yeah, this is amazing. Uh, Man, it sucked.
I don't know. I'm doing like I would love to see what this podcast looks like 6 years ago when I was a mess. Like I was trying to there's I had a problem and I used to have like a little like a little posse of like 3 people that because I have lots of ideas and I need to bounce ideas off of people just to see like where I'm at. Like, am I stupid for thinking this? Um, and like for whatever reason, just to top it off, like with the irritability with everything, like for whatever reason, like every text, like half of it was probably my fault. Like I obviously like you can't convey tone, so part of it was probably me like overreacting to a text. Like that's probably ish, like 50-50. But then like like people are getting mad at me and I'm like, I didn't say anything. And like it got to the point where I was just like, I just walked away because it's like it's just wasn't worth engaging. I like it was the weirdest thing. I like I got it. I phrased the question wrong or something, and or I wasn't like explaining it good enough via the text. So I just bailed out and I was like, I'll just figure it out and I'll text you back again next week, I guess. Oh man, this is what sucks about working in home. Um, because like back in the day, I'd be able to go to work and then on a break talk to a couple of people and map out my life. But now can't get a hold of anybody. I got the junkiest hours in the world. So like as I try to like put my life together, like I can't get a hold of anybody. Like oh my gosh, it was it was dumb. I hated all of it. So um good news, I didn't panic and freak out. I didn't spiral. I did throw my hands up and was like the hell with everything. Um but I didn't let it affect me too much because I just put it away. I said we are fine with the way that things are like keep everything status quo. It's not even worth it. Um man, that was that's tough. I need to find like I don't know. Like I don't go to like the bar or anything anymore. I need to start going out more. I think is what I'm trying to. I think is what's happening. Then I need to start mingling and just like hanging out with people again because like I'm having a good time. But man, when I needed some advice, eh, it's like pulling teeth getting it, man.
Go check out Chasing the Whimsy, the podcast, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. Chasing the Whimsy, where a 40-year-old father and his 2 kids take a whimsical journey of fun stories and educating each other about their respective generation. Generation X squares off with Generation Z to try to connect and find an understanding between generations 30 plus years apart. They'll journey through the past and track their journey as they find out who they'll grow up to be. Again, that's Chasing the Whimsy, available today on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube as well, and you can also find the show and learn more about the hosts at chasingthewhimsy.com. Chasing the Whimsy, ChasingTheWhimsy, Chasing the Whimsy, the podcast. Many episodes up for you to listen to already. Go stream, download, and subscribe today. You can also connect and follow on Twitter at Chase the Whimsy and on Instagram and TikTok at Chasing the Whimsy.
New episode dropped. Mom absolutely loved the episode. Like I got a hug and a that was the best episode she's heard in a while. She absolutely loved it. I hope you guys have already listened to it or you go back and listen to it. It's 27 minutes long. We're probably going to see a series of like sub 40s um, because Liam and I are going to record in the car. Um,
It sounded pretty decent for like a small hand recorder, like the one I gave JJ. So small recorder. It sounded. I didn't have to edit much of it. Liam was fantastic. He like crushed it. Um, it was a different. There's a different vibe to it, like a real like unscripted is pretty much what it was like. Um, we did have it was I don't. It's going to evolve a couple of times, I think, because we talked right to the mic or to the recorder like we were podcasting, as opposed to some episodes where you might just be in the car with us as we have a conversation about something. It was a great episode. Um, if my Sunday routine changes, then that's what we're going to get for the better part of the next little while. Are going to be these CarCast episodes. Um, we were excited to do them. Liam was all gung ho about it. It's nice because we're already in the car and normally chatting. So now this way we kind of we just record it, and it was fun. We don't have to set anything up. We just turn the thing on and then throw it in there. I got to play with a little bit of. It's fine. Like it's a very simple setup. I have the piece of metal and the magnet, so I can just stick it on the car, and then no one has to hold it. We can just talk, and it caught everything. Um, it was a good episode. The CarCast series are going to be very fun. Well, now we'll obviously get him in here uh, to sit down and talk about anything else. Like I said, he might want to do one of the grandma episodes coming up. Um, his whimsy with the Z will probably be at table, but if something should happen and we can't get to table, we still have a podcast every Monday coming out for you guys. And the CarCast series is going to be something special. He's liking it. I'm liking it. And depending on when we record, we might get some Sophie in the background. That's what I'm hoping for. We're going to do one like on the long drive, the long half. Sophie in the back. Who knows what she says? Maybe nothing. Maybe she's singing. We don't know. Um, it's going to be fun. CarCast series. You're going to be you're going to see more of them. So, so much so that I actually made sure that I labeled them the CarCast series.
Idea for a podcast, maybe the live stream. Liam and I like to do movies that made us or games that made us. I think even asked me Chen what was one of the comic books that helped kind of define who he is. Uh, but what if we like slight pivot to that from that to the greatest movies you've never seen or you've never heard of? Um, I am willing to bet that most people listening to this has never watched RRR. It's an India movie, Hindu India movie from India. Um, Man, that movie was great, and I don't think anybody saw it. So different, different take on the movies that made us. We're gonna introduce you guys to some hidden gems.
So there's this documentary on Netflix right now, Modern Marvels. It has the director of the movie RRR. It came out last year, 2023. It won for best music, original song. I think it won for best original song. The beauty right now of like Netflix, Amazon, I see is getting into it a little bit more. Um, Apple TV is getting into it a little bit more also, but we're starting to get all these extra films and TV shows internationally. And there's like zero. I doubt my mom will probably never have seen it, or it'll never pop up on her radar. It might not even pop up on my grandma's radar. But there's this movie RRR. You can listen to it dubbed. Um, it's like a 3 hour long like epic about the. Um, I'm not real big on my history, but the British try to overtake India at some point. There was some kind of like conflict way back in the day, and then it just follows these two Indian characters. And I would like JJ to watch it. He's gonna like he's gonna say no. I have to rewatch it because I don't think it's anything really real bad. Um, but I think it's a perfect movie for JJ because it has like decent story, like a really good story, and there's the action in it. It's like over the top. It's well shot. It's a beautiful movie. Um, but it's definitely one of those movies that you guys have never seen. Um, and I think you guys should because I loved it. It was really good. I'm gonna go back and probably watch it again. But it's a different series that Liam and I can kind of tackle a little bit. What movie did he watch that he never would have found, or it's not going to make his top 10 list, but it's going to make a list of like this movie was kind of important, or I love Train to Busan. I think would probably be similar to that, right? Where Liam was liked Train to Busan, this would be that same category. But yeah, um, we'll get into like the greatest movies you've never heard of, and then we'll try and shine a light on them because there's some pretty decent ones out there.
So we just finished the live stream for Rusty Lake Untold, the lab. For the most part, it went very well. Uh, except for the end, I missed one thing. Uh, like the most important piece of the game. Like it gets you from like you cannot get to the end without this one piece of uh, screen. But anyway, um, it went well, and I was thinking, what if we did like a game night, like once a month? You play another table. I don't know if the tabletop was kind of okay, but maybe JJ, we can get to play um, some of these other Rusty Lake games. Like once a month, we'll just have a game night, or we go and hang out and we can play a game and we can I'll just stream that or something. But um, I like the idea. I like the game. I enjoyed everybody hanging out. So thanks again for everybody who stayed and played the game with us.
Rusty Lake Untold was an experiment that we did last night. No shit, Saturday. Um, they made a tabletop game with some cards. It's an escape room experience. Um, I put it together and I've somehow made it into the live. Um, the 5 second lag kind of sucked, and the fact that I couldn't get them to call in kind of sucked. But for the most part, I think the episode was a pretty decent success. Um, it definitely ran 2.5 hours. Like the game itself ran, I think, $140, like an hour. I think we might have did just under an hour and a half. I just someone's gonna have to double check that for me, which is what it predicted to do, between an hour and a hour and a half because of the lag, and you know the if anybody has ever played a Rusty Lake, some of the puzzles are a little bit wonky, and then like the back and forth that you have to do. But yeah, I'm thinking JJ comes over, I go over there, we record the same thing, and then he just clicks around on like we'll play like the actual video game version of it, and that way he can talk, me and him can talk and have a good time, watch the chats. I did it all solo. Absolutely would have been significantly better with a second person. Like if Lynn was here, he could have did the chats, but it was fun to kind of mix it up a little bit, and the story was pretty decent. Like it was an interesting story. The ending was like a really cool twist at the end. Um, so I think it would be interesting, and it doesn't have to be a video game. Like I could literally take the camera, point it down at our hands, so all you see is hands, and we could play some games. Um, yeah, we're gonna try to look into that because I bought a green screen this week. I don't know how to use any of it, but like we shoot, possibilities are endless right now. So, um, let me know in the chats, in the comments. Would you guys want to hang out? We'll find a game that's like an out, like a tight hour. I'm not going to keep you guys hostage for 2 hours like I did last night on Saturday. But yeah, if you're interested, would you watch a like a gameplay with like JJ? I just say JJ because I think he'd have the most fun with it. Um, it could be the whole family, and then I'll just be there also. So we'll see. Like I try to tell, like I'm trying to convince everybody that I'm fine and I'm doing okay. Like sad, lonely, but I'm fine. And then like you can't convince people that you're okay when you sleep through every single alarm that you have and you fall asleep and your phone turns off. Like you oversleep and mom has to come wake you up for a welfare check. Like how embarrassing is that? It's only happened like 3 times, but yeah, oops, I fell asleep through all my alarms. And dude, Liam, he was a champ, man. He was calling everybody trying to get a hold of me. Um, but yeah, we had to get mom to come ring my doorbell. But I was okay. But just, I don't know. The optics are like, Ben's been sad. Ben's not answering his phone. Something must have happened. No, no, I just overslept. Like, it's so funny. Like, it sucks. Like, I absolutely hate oversleeping. It bothers me because it puts so many people out. Like, it messes with Liam's day. It messes with, like, Kelly, Sophie, Megan's day. It messes with my day. And then I already wake up already pissed off. Mom has to, whatever she was doing, she has to now leave and come over and ring my doorbell. Like, like me sleeping in just wildly conveniences everybody. But what's super funny is like Megan last night, she was like, she's like, he overslept. And she didn't even, and she wasn't worried. Liam's like, all right, the text didn't go through, dad fell asleep. But then he starts thinking, he starts calling like my work. And they're like, did he work last night? And then like Kelly's like calling people. Mom, before mom came over, she's like, Corey, is there anything on the news about an accident? So it's so crappy to put everybody in that like half a panic mode to be like, yeah, he probably fell asleep. But then you're like, but then there's like, it sucks because there's that moment of like, he's normally pretty good about getting up. And then everybody panics for a second. Um, so I was alive, I was okay. But it's so junky. Like I get really like super frustrated about it because I know like to make people feel that way super sucks. And then it's kind of like um I'm 3 hours behind now at this point. So it's like, hey Liam, how about can I come back out? I'm like, what are we gonna do? Like, cause you can't come back to my side of town because then we would just have to leave again. We made the date. We made it work. Um, but yeah, it was like it sucked. Sorry for everybody who half panicked. Uh, but yeah, I just I just laugh now because for weeks now, there's always been like one or two mind pockets that are like, I'm sad and lonely and I'm depressed, and then all of a sudden I just disappear off the grid, like, and then people are like, oh my gosh, he's finally done it, and he ran away, he he called quits and just left. Um, but yeah, surprisingly, I did very well with it yesterday. I did not like spiral into like huge like shittiness. Um, I just rolled with it. Like got up, took a shower, and then finished the rest of the day. So, but thanks everybody for caring, and then thanks for like adjusting to the day. Like it's so crappy because if anybody had plans, like what do? You're like now we can't like if Katie was gonna go somewhere. She's like, I can't leave now because Liam's here. He was supposed to be picked up 2 hours ago. Um, Same thing with Kelly and Megan. They were like, oh, we had movie plans at noon. I'm like, cool, because I didn't wake up until noon. Um, but yeah, super crappy. But I recovered very well. Like how shitty is it? Like I already woke up late, and I already hate waking up late. Um, on my way to go get Liam, and my energy drink, fucking tab breaks. I can't even drink my drink right now. I, so I get up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get everybody. We're gonna go hang out. I'm gonna save the day. So my little drink, right? You have the tab to open their drink. So I'm driving, and then I try to pop the tab, and the fucking thing just breaks off. So I can't open my like. I just thought it was so funny. Like I'm trying to get through the day, and then all of a sudden, like my thing wouldn't open. Oh, it was the funniest thing. Like it just like so much like I had a herping like record that. But oh man, I just thought it was funny to be like, hey, you having a bad day. And then like I think what was beautiful about it was it's a significantly small thing. And just the fact that like in that like yesterday like the best day I drink 100 of these things and I've never had a problem, right? But it was just like, hey, you had a bad morning. You worried everybody. You're running late, and then all of a sudden it was just like, you can't drink your soda now, and now the tab is broken. Oh, I just there was something beautiful about it. Uh, I don't know. I think I took it in the way of like how like insignificant, but like crazy it was. So I eventually got it open. I have a pocket knife in the car, so as I'm driving, I'm trying to like stab it because like I wasn't gonna let the can win. So I had to like cut out like a square out in the thing. It was a mess, but I didn't cut anybody. I didn't cut myself. Like cut it in a way that I was able to drink and not cut my face. So I don't know. There was a comedy relief there. Like Ben's having a bad day. JK, something silly. But yeah, I thought it was funny. I'm home. I'm setting up the show for Monday. Some mind pockets on Monday. Overall, good day. Uh, wasn't as pissy as I normally am when I wake up late. Like waking up late will just ruin my day. For the most part, I don't think it ruined my day. We had a decent day. I didn't spiral out of like I didn't spiral into madness. Uh, it was not bad. It was a good day. Sophie was awesome. Liam was great. Uh, Kelly and Megan were fun. So it was a fun day. I'll take it. Yesterday was a fun day, man. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, comments. Um, I enjoyed yesterday. I really did. Like for what should have been, or what an older, like a past Ben, I would have just I would have been shitty to everybody. I would have pouted. Um, but for whatever reason, I decided to go a different route, like the more mature route, I guess. And I did what I could to salvage the rest of it. Um, yeah, it was a good day. Uh, Patreon, thank you, Andy, Nikki and family, Megan and her family, and Joyce Ann for signing up currently right now. It is live right now, and there's 2 tiers. We got some really fun merch coming out. I'm looking at coasters already. Um, the wooden tokens we're going to convert into keychains or pins. We got a grips of books coming out. All the little notebooks, we got different designs coming out. Like you could technically go get one on Amazon, but why? Because I only get like 60 cents for each of those books. Sign up for the Patreon, get some extra books every month, and then I'll get the majority of that money. It's going to help us um, expand a little bit more. Uh, JJ, he has his podcast. I didn't mention it as much today because he took the week off. Um, we did play with some logos, so he worked and fixed a new logo. I'll put that up today or tomorrow. Um, but it's going to put us in a position. I got a new green screen, so I can start learning how to green screen some stuff. Um, Also helps, just keep things running nice and smooth. Um, I do have somebody coming in to kind of help with some of the podcast stuff. Like, I guess it'd be more like an intern, but uh, any help is appreciated. I'll make sure that we use it. Now, here's the beauty of here's how like I'll use the funds for whimsy because I have a gambling problem and gambler gambling problems. You always keep your gamble money separate from your regular money. So when I get the money from the Patreon, I can't use it to I won't use it over here to buy dinner. I'll put it towards some kind of production value, the tokens, and just creating more stuff for the year. So it's gonna be interesting. There's the 2 tiers again, $4 and a $10 tier. If you want some merch, hit the $10 one. Take a look at the descriptions. Um, any help is appreciated. If you can't, just make sure you hit the likes and the thumbs ups. Leave some comments. Show your support via the text. If you're not interested in the Patreon, um, it's only really been up for like what 12 days, if. So we got 4. Share. Tell your friends. $4 a month. That's one less cup of coffee, or like a downsize. So instead of getting the big one, you go one day and you get the small one, and then you can help support the chase and the whimsy. Yeah. Now, as long as I don't touch anything else, Grandma, that would have been a flawless run in the Mind Pockets. I didn't mess up any of the slides. Kept everything on pace. The volume was a little bit wonky, but that's fine. We're at the end of the show, guys. Uh, it was a fun Mind Pockets. It was an interesting week. Um, I already did a couple of chores today. I went and found some stuff. I went to the post office. Um, I got a little extra sleep because I slept in. I'm it's a big record week, so I'll stay busy.
We're gonna hang out with some of the Whimsy teens. It's gonna be a good week. We're gonna have some fun. Um, we say that now, but fingers are crossed. It should be a good week. Uh, that's all I got for you guys. I think listen to the CarCast episode that just dropped today. Look at the Patreon. Just look at it. Uh, and then that's all I got for you guys. We'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll do another Mind Pockets on Saturday. We'll get back to the normal route, the normal schedule. That's all we got for you guys. You guys have a good night. Thank you, Whimsy.